yourself and say about this India's first private developed orbital class rocket, Dubai Skyroot, and
Hello.
what was the beginning, and soon we're gonna see a great launch.
Hello. Okay, I'll start.
Yeah.
Hello all, I'm Bharat. I'm one of the co-founder of Skyroot Aerospace. Today we are on the verge of launching India's first private orbital rocket Vikram 1. We are standing in Sriharikota as we get up towards our first launch. We started Skyroot around 8 years ago with an aim to build affordable, reliable rockets from India to the world, and to provide affordable, reliable, and on-demand launch access solutions from India to the satellite operators around the world was the aim with which we started. And all our effort and the team, the effort that we have built so far is culminating today in this historic milestone. We're all fingers crossed to see what happens in the next
About
one.
this rocket launch, what are all the specifications about this rocket
Sure.
and the usage of this rocket?
So this is a Vikram 1 rocket is an orbital class launch vehicle. It is a three-stage rocket with a small orbital adjustment module on the top. Is it okay? Okay. I'll repeat again. Vikram 1 rocket is an orbital class launch vehicle. It's a multi-stage rocket, which is three stages of solid propulsion and one stage of orbital adjustment module that can put multiple satellites in orbit around the Earth. And it is a lot of unique technologies we have employed for the first time in India. It's one of the first all carbon fiber rocket in India. It is extremely efficient and light, and we used multiple effective technologies like 3D printed rocket engines. All the liquid engines on the stage are metallic 3D printed engines. So a lot of process innovation, lot of design innovation has gone into this vehicle, and this is a one of a kind vehicle we have built from India, and thanks to the heritage of and wisdom of the ISRO scientists that have helped us, and also the ecosystem ISRO has built with respect to the manufacturing capability in India. We've been able to develop and realize this rocket with the help of a plethora of supply chain ecosystem and also some in-house manufacturing of the rocket.
Why you think the Indian government, which have made sure to enter the private players in space technology, and which have made the private players now to come inside, and how you think about India's strategy and the policy of the strategy?
So Indian space policy has come in like in the post-COVID era into 2020, 2021. Like it has been introduced with an aim to make India play a significant role in the global space economy. India, as we know, currently holds less than around 1% of the global space economy share. India, in terms of technology, India can rub shoulders with the top 5 nations in the world with respect to the launch capability, satellite capability, but still we hardly contribute to 1 to 2% of the global space economy, and that ought to change. And the government realized that this can only happen with an active participation of the private industry in this sector, and all the capabilities that private industry can handle and can cater to the commercial needs of the world. That private industry has to come in and contribute is the agenda with which the government has introduced space reforms with a noble aim to make the India's share in global space economy to a double-digit percentage from what is currently is a mere to 2%. So with this noble aim, and this is, and the government realized it's only possible with the public-private partnership actively happening, and enabling private sector to build launch vehicles, build satellite, own their assets in space, and own their infrastructure in space is the only way for to make them find their own business and commercial opportunities around the world, and thereby booming the space economy of the world.
Skyroot, where you about your team, what are the effect of this Vikram one?
Yeah.
How is the project started, and the experience from the ISRO, how the in-space has given you.
So exactly. So back then in 2022, on November 18, we launched our first rocket to space called Vikram S. At that time, we were a small team of around 150 people, and with that milestone, we became the first company in India to reach space with our own rocket, and from 2022, the past 4 years, we have worked hard to build the orbital class launch vehicle now. Within 4 years, we've totally manufactured and built, developed, built. Lot of developmental testing is involved in an orbital class rocket. Like multiple stages are tested, both with the help of ISRO, thanks to the in-space policy. In-space and ISRO have enabled to test full-fledged rocket stages in Sriharikota. Our stage 1 has been tested on ground in Sriharikota, and stage 2 has been tested in Sriharikota. So a lot of facilities of the ISRO facilities we've used in the developmental process of the rocket. That saved us a lot of cost. Because like establishing a full-fledged test facility is very expensive, but using it and paying for the just for the usage is very much cost effective, because testing is only happens once, and once we build the rocket and in production mode we do not need to test again. So a lot of developmental costs we have saved thanks to the space policy of the government. And we made a rocket that is worthy standing on the rocket, standing on the launch pad, ready to lift off. And the InSpace also has formed a national committee of mission readiness and launch clearance, who have reviewed every aspect of the rocket thoroughly and certified it for launch today. And we are gearing up for launch in a day or two. Sure, like the first milestone what we need to achieve is to build a reliable rocket that can reach orbit, and Vikraman is our first milestone to be able to have a workhorse launch capability that can reach orbit regularly and as reliably as possible. And of course, ISRO, the even space policy envisages ISRO to focus on the larger reusable rockets, the Gaganyaan missions, the interplanetary exploratory missions, and then an entire small launch market is actually meant for the private industry to capture. And having a reliable workforce of Vikraman is one of the first milestones in the company. And achieving for any orbital company, achieving orbit is the most difficult milestone, and we hope to achieve that milestone, if not in this first attempt in this year, in the subsequent attempts. And once we achieve that, our next milestone would be to be able to repeatedly and reliably produce rockets and achieve launch success as we go forward.